Matt's definitely been the rabbit for the Superbike class for a decade, you know, and I think that he's been an amazing champion. He has groomed racers that have left the AMA paddock. The guys who have beat him have gone on to do amazing things. You look at Nicky Hayden, went on to become a MotoGP world champion. You've got Ben Steves, who's racing for a World Superbike Championship in his very first year over there. So, you know, you see the line of succession of people that have raced against and beat Matt, and it's pretty amazing. So, you know, it's an honor to get to racing before he leaves, but I definitely think him leaving hurts our sport somewhat. I hate to see him go because I wanted to race against the guy more and learn as much as I could from him. He's a fantastic racer, and there is a lot to learn there. I've tried to be a student and watch the way that he works, so that hopefully when he's gone, you know, somebody has to step up to the plate and play the role. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic racing every weekend, but you know, I'm looking to hopefully be one of those guys that everybody's chasing every weekend instead of the guy trying to chase somebody else, for sure.
The other thing to think about too, when the guy, in this case, when Mat Mladins leaves the class, you know, for me it's the biggest bummer in the series. I think a lot of people are like, oh, you know, they're complaining about other things, but to me, I don't want to see the #1 guy go away because he's champion, you know. I think the same thing when Troy Bayliss left World Superbike. He left with the #1, and you want to race that #1. That's why I'm in this class, is to race Matt. To set the pace of the race is not the same as the guy following. You know, there's a special breed that can go out and set a race pace and then just hold that pace all race long. And then there's the other 80% that is very good at following and can attack on the last lap, you know, but they're really a follower. Matt's always been a leader here, and right now it seems like a few more leaders have tried to step up once they saw, hey, you know, that GX6R and Matt seemed to be a bit more vulnerable.
Well, I think had Matt gone out in such a dominant fashion as he has been most of his career, I think then there'd have been kind of there'd be a bigger loss here. There's definitely going to be a loss from a competitor standpoint, because Matt's a guy, weekend in, weekend out, he was always a guy that found his way to the front and was going to challenge whoever was there who was fast on the weekend to win. You know, I think like you typically see whenever Matt goes to sign autographs, there's a pretty long line of people, and yeah, he's a guy who's all business at the track, but when things are done and the day is over, he's probably one of the biggest personalities we've seen in the sport.
Being Matt's teammate is definitely a big experience. It's you know, getting to learn on the racetrack and getting to learn a lot in the pits with Matt. You know, it's just the whole package. I mean, Matt's great. You know, he's teaching me, you know, some of the things off the track. You know, as far as how to act and be very businesslike, and you know, as far as how to have a good attitude, and you know, as far as on the track goes, it's been fun. You know, getting to ride around Matt and getting to see you know, somebody work that bike really good.